How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping out another video. Right, guys, Sunday, 10 PM. So got a cheeky little bottle of Sol. 2 lime wedges in the neck. Gotta be done on it. And we're back. Right. First things first, my subscribers are shooting up. So very, very grateful to all my subscribers and stuff for the likes, the comments, the feedback. Always looking for prisoners' missuses, mothers, prisoners' families, former prison officers, to do interviews on the channel, on the telephone, so I can then extract the audio, put like a little sequence together and bang it on the channel. Otherwise, if you want to do a video, if there's any former prisoners out there that really want to share their experiences, you can do a vlog, upload it to your own channel, send me the link, I can download it, and then with your permission re-upload it, and we can do that. And let me know what you think, guys. I'm always looking for people to interview for my channel. You saw me interview the former lifer Claire the other day. Very interesting character. Was convicted under the joint enterprise, ended up serving 14 years behind her door, got out on her first parole window, and she's now trying to get her life back on track, and she got out last year. But yeah, let's do it, man. Anyway, jump into this story. So this is in the Sunderland Echo. Why I, man, do you know what I mean? And that chicken parmo, right? Even though that's Middlesbrough. But anyway, deaths, drugs and violence. Inspectors' worrying findings at HMP Durham. Inspectors found HMP Durham as a significant problem with drugs, violence and worrying high levels of self-harm, suicide and drug-related deaths. Described as a heavily overcrowded prison, violence at the prison has doubled since the 7.5 self-inflicted deaths. Durham became a reception prison in 2017, and around 70% of the 900 men in the jail were either on remand or subject to recall, and more than 70% had been in Durham for less than 3 months. I need to sort my camera out, one sec. One sec, I stay there. Right. On average, 118 new prisoners arrived at the prison each week, and a significant number of prisoners said they arrived at the jail feeling depressed or suicidal. Inspectors found that self-harm was very high. Peter Clark, who's the Majesty's Chief Inspector of Prisons, said, "Our overriding concern was the lack of safety. Since the last inspection in October of 2016, there have been 7 self-inflicted deaths, and it was disappointing to see that the response to recommendations from the Prison and Probation Ombudsman, which investigates death, has not been addressed with sufficient vigour or urgency." I hate it when they throw words in that I'm not used to. Let me sort this camera out, it's doing me head in. Right, there we go. There's also been a further 5 deaths in the space of 8 months where it was suspected that illicit drugs might have played a role. The report says drugs were readily available in the jail, and nearly 2/3 of prisoners said it was easy to get drugs, while 30% said that while they acquired a drug habit since coming into the prison. The prisoners developed a strategy to address the drug problems. They always say this. Mr. Clark added that the leadership at the prison was immensely frustrated by the fact that they had no modern technology available to them to help in their efforts to stem the flow of drugs into the prison. He said, "We were told that they'd been promised some modern scanning equipment, but it had been diverted to another prison." The scale of the drugs problem and related violence meant that technological support was greatly and urgently needed. Since the last inspection at Durham in 2016, violence has doubled and the use of force by staff has increased 3-fold. Though some of the increase in force may have been due to new staff who were not yet confident in using de-escalation techniques, governance of the use of force had improved. There were some very early signs that the levels of violence was beginning to decline, but it was too early to be demonstrably as a suitable trend, Mr. Clark added. Alongside these concerns, inspectors noted many positive things happening at the prison. These included the introduction of in-cell telephones and electronic kiosks on the wings for prisoners, for them to make applications, which has undoubtedly been beneficial. The disruption caused by prisoners needed to be taken to court had been reduced by extensive use of video links. Michael Spur, the Chief Executive of Her Majesty's Prison and Probation Service, said, "Safety in the government is the Governor's top priority, and while Durham has had significant challenges, progress is being made. Since the introduction of the Prison Officer Key Worker Scheme, violent incidents, self-harm and disruptive behaviours have all reduced. The prison is also working closely with the police and the NHS to tackle illicit drug use. We are developing a national, easy for me to say, strategy to restrict supply, reduce demand and build recovery. As part of the process, we will consider which measures, including technology, can be implemented to further strengthen the prison's approach to tackling drugs. We are under no illusions that there is still much to do. Right, so I actually spoke to a prisoner's girlfriend who tragically died in the prison just last year. Joshua Scholich, God bless Joshua Scholich, may rest in peace. There's nothing new here, guys. This could be any prison, this could be any story in the prison system in England and Wales. Self-harm, violence, drug taking, but it annoys me that all they want to do is focus on the drug war, right, which they're never going to win. Doesn't matter what they bring in, prisoners are always going to get drugs into the system. And the thing is that the Ministry of Justice, for me, I feel that they don't search prison officers enough. Every prison officer entering shift or leaving work, entering or leaving, doesn't matter what time of the day it is, should be going through the stringent searches that prisoners' families go through and prisoners go through. They should have their be patted down. They should have their contraband. Their what they're taking into work and what they're leaving with. The bags and stuff for me should be X-rayed, but they've obviously not got that equipment there. And contraband gets into prison every which ways, which undermines the actual reason that prison's there. Undermines security, causes havoc. Where you've got contraband, you've got debt. Where you've got debt, you've got fear, intimidation, bullying and violence. Nothing new, guys. Anyone that's lost somebody in HMP Durham or any prison for that matter, my thoughts and prayers with you all. God bless you. But this is the thing, you know, like, it's a desperate situation when you arrive in prison. Like I say, it affects everybody differently. And like I say, people, as guys, we do the old macho thing, oh, prison's easy, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, prison fucks you up. It messes with your head. Psychologically, takes its toll, physically as well, mentally and emotionally. The amount of people I've seen lose their properties whilst in prison, or have attempted suicide because they've got a Dear John letter. For anyone that doesn't know, a Dear John letter is when you land at the prison or any time during your sentence, your partner writes to you and says, oh, I've been sleeping with your mate, or I'm seeing somebody there, I don't want to be with you, I'm not bringing the kids up anymore. Or women just use kids as weapons, which I really don't like in any which way. Really, really don't like that. When a mother of a child uses their children as a weapon against their partner or someone that they're splitting up with whilst they're in prison, because it's the worst thing in the world and it's the worst place you can be. And it's hard enough as it is without you having an argument with your missus and she tells you she's shagging somebody else, or she's not bringing the kids up, or you'll never see the kids again, or she's moving out of the area or whatever, so you can't find her. The effects on prison, guys, like I say, that it has on men and women and children, because in the UK, well, obviously, you've got secure training centres which house women, you've got your young offenders, 18 to 21, you've got your female prison population, and you've obviously got your men. And like I say, unless you've been in prison or supported somebody that's been in prison, you can't relate to prison in any which way. It's a roller coaster that takes your breath away. I've had some of my best times in prison, I've had some of my saddest times in prison, but going back to the story, guys, this is nothing new, guys, like I say. And it's sad to see because there's too many prisoners leaving prison in body bags. I cover a lot of these stories, guys, and like I say, nothing new. This could be any prison, Cat A's to Cat D's. It's the reality of prison here in the 21st century in 2019. Anyway, guys, I'm going to crack on with a beer. So bottoms up, stay safe, whatever you're doing. If you're interested in doing an interview for the channel, or you're interested in doing a video to tell your experiences to my 12,000, I don't know, nearly 400 subscribers, then get in contact, man. I'll put my contact number in the description. Feel free to hit me up. Like, comment, and subscribe. Cody out.